Hello. Hello aspirants, you are there for the vocabulary section. Lot many responses, your feedback is something boosting us up. Yes, you are saying ma'am we learned a lot, ma'am this word is okay, ma'am dyslexia ke alawa if I make it dyspeptic or it's dysfunctioning that will do. I told you earlier also and I do repeat the same. See, this is not an end in itself. You can write various words, you can frame new words. It would be always a feather in your cap. It is something which is going to open those plethoras of knowledge for you. That plethora of knowledge, that ample skills that you would learn is by vocabulary. When I am reading, anybody who's reading, a common layman to an CLAT aspirant, when you're reading a passage, you're coming across various words. This was egregious or this was something which was sumptuous meal was served. Fine, we try to find out from the context. There is also a method by which we find the contextual meaning of something. You read the word, you find that what could be the meaning, you use your educated guesswork, a bit of reasoning and you find the meaning of it. That's a very interesting method of doing it. We'll be also taking up, as students asked me, to deal with the contextual meaning of things, not only roots. So after doing some roots for this month, for the new year, we are going to do something new. So for the new year 2021 and that COVID 2020 which was such a nightmare, that nightmare would be over and we'll be turning up to new things and new part, right? So let's begin with our session today. Your reading is going on well? Okay. Your feedback did tell me that ma'am, yes, reading we want to do, but you know, we are loaded with things. See, it's actually a process of time management. You all have to do it. Get up early in the morning. 15 minutes this video you could watch as per your convenience. You can adjust in your time schedule, but then after that 15 minutes of this video, do jot down the rules, do write their examples. When you have that half an hour free, you're in a leisurely hours, do adjust it accordingly. You have your class schedules, you have your tests, you have sectional tests, mock tests, many other tests, and you have to appear for that and you have to really come out in flying colors. But it's important that you focus on these things also, right? So let's begin with our root today. Some of you also said, and I explained earlier, because this was asked, so I am taking up this thing also again. This was the thing that was asked specially related to the root, that is, see, if this happens ma'am, then what is supposed to be done? Ma'am, what about the word ambition? You said ma'am, ambi is two and ambition is not anything related with two. Of course, I had explained earlier, I am repeating, this shun doesn't have a meaning. So the root fails in this, the rule method. See, this is a prefix suffix method. It's a method to add on. If you have a simple example like unhappy or unhappiness or gregarious, we have the meaning of the parts of these syllables. That is why it fails. If it is working out in one or two scenarios, hardly any word, because see, actually it gives you the basic meaning. The root word itself means the etymological meaning, the origin of the word of that meaning, and so it adds new knowledge to it, right? So turning up to our root today, we had done earlier the root anti, which is before, right? This is anti, so do not confuse this. This is against, that is not in favor of. You're against something. Now before I open up that vistas of knowledge and various things, you know, how you read and what you read, everybody is reading, and you know, some people finish 50 books a year and some maybe 5 books a year. It's your choice. You are free in this. You are a libertine. You have the liberty to do whichever book you want to do in this. But it's very important that you give some time to it. Now turning to the root anti or against, that is, it is antithesis, or it is the word like anticlimax, or the word like antediluvian, or the word like anti. इसमें आपको e और I, एक छोटा सा जो vowel है, इस पे बहुत ज़्यादा focus करना है. This would change the total scenario, right? Understood? It will change the total scenario. Now when we turn to the root anti itself is a word. He is anti. BJP is anti to Congress, or Congress is anti to BJP. That means it's against, it's not in favor of, it is in opposition. Right? Antidote, now suppose, so I am making up a sentence simultaneously as demanded by the students, right? So when we say the word like antidote, it's a remedy against poison. So if a person has taken poison, he has to take antidote, right? The doctor prescribes an antidote to the person who has taken poison by mistake or deliberately. As he was committing suicide, his mother gave him an antidote so that the poison's effects decreases, becomes less, right? Antibiotic, the root bio also working in this. The root bio means life. So antibiotic is a drug which is given against the life form bacteria which has invaded a body, जब body पे attack हुआ. So the body which has been attacked, the life force which has been attacked, drug which is given against that bacteria, so that this bacteria doesn't cause a problem in the body. Antibodies or antibiotics is usually prescribed by various doctors for various diseases. Simple word. Antifreeze, now this is anti against and freeze, everybody knows. Usually sometimes what happens, especially in the winters, we don't experience that cold in India, but it's like freezing temperature, -degree temperature at some places in India too, in some of the areas of India. So in that case, you have that freezing effect, and that freezing effect you have to diminish, you have to make less, and that is done by antifreeze. Various garages or the mechanics use antifreeze as making the cars work as a lubricant, as something which is not, not important in the sin, and so this will be something which will be working in the next form, right? So this would be antifreeze, a liquid which is against the freezing of the cars or the engines, right? Okay, don't be distracted by anything, any sound around you. You have to focus on your vocabulary, right? Moving on to our next word in this. You have noted down all the words, even the sentences for this. You framed your own sentence. Come on, that's good. Moving on to the next word. Anti-Perspirant. Now, perspire is sweating. See? Perspire is sweating. So it's a product which is used to fight against the perspiration. It fights against the perspiring quality. When in summers our body perspires and sweats a lot, so it is against that sweating, it stops that sweating. So it fights against that perspiration. Right. Don't be antisocials. Don't be reserved and coy people who are against being social. They don't mix up with people. They are very shy and coy people. Taciturn is more related with speech, although not exactly connected with antisocial, but I am still giving you as a synonym for this. Addison was a taciturn. Now he didn't speak anything. I have quoted this, because I just want to boost you up and tell you that Joseph Addison, one of the best, writers of the periodical essays in England, and he was the editor of the newspaper Tatler, Spectator and Postman. This person, he had spent 8 years in the Oxford University, but he did not even in those 8 years speak 8 sentences also. Imagine. So he was a taciturn. In fact, we could say antisocial. He didn't mix with people. Where would such a person be found? Yes, he was found in the libraries. He was found all around, just reading up the old libraries. He read up. He was a bookworm. Many things, and he was a storehouse of knowledge. Moving to the next word, that is Antarctica. It's a continent opposite to Arctic. आपने Antarctica continent जरूर सुना होगा, but you wouldn't had thought of this, that it is something which is opposite the Arctic. So this is Antarctica, which is opposite the Arctic on the globe. That is Antarctica. And the word Antarctic Ocean is usually considered to be very cold, very freezing point temperature is there, right? So you would be making the next word from this, that is antonym. So the word to be noted in the root is nym, that means name. We have synonym, antonym, homonym, and we do have it besides this, that is anonymous. Homonym means the words with the same pronunciation but the meaning is different, that is homonym. Synonym with the similar meaning, antonym the opposites, and anonymous means when the name is not known, all connected with the nym root, that is name. You also have pseudonym, right? That's a false name, right? So coming back to our synonym and antonym series, that is synonyms is, if you know plethora of synonyms and antonyms, you don't face any problem in doing the passage. No, not any problem. The word which is opposite in meaning, which is contradictory in meaning, that is antonym. See, the root again comes, contra is against, dict is words. So this is against, not in favor of, and this is words. So this is not in favor of those words, that is contradictory, opposite in the series, right? Okay, moving on to our next section. You've jotted down everything? Yes, fine. Moving on to our last slide in this, that is antacid. And you can see here what is clearly visible is and an acid, that is a tablet against some stomach acid. Just like you have some kind of gastric problem and you take Eno or something, that would be an antacid, a tablet against the acid of the stomach. Because of eating some sumptuous meal in the party, he had to take antacid and that worked like a magic for him, right? We have two words, protagonist, that is the main character, and antagonist, who is the villain, that is the opposite character. So protagonist is the main character and antagonist is the villain. He is the negative shade of the character. He is the opposite of protagonist. In simple word, he is a villain. Yes, he's in every Shakespearean tragedy, the antagonist is also given a very prominent role, right? And antimatter, matter that is opposite of the normal matter, something which is against the normal order of matters, is antimatter. So you've come across the simple short little root, that is ant. It means against, something is not in favor of it, and it will move something which is negative, right? So this negative shade of character is clear to you? Okay, do revise all your roots now, jumble them together, assign them, arrange them in a proper series and order so that you are able to understand this thoroughly, you are able to jot down the meanings of those words and you do not face a problem. Do make your sentences, do write your sentences, do also write your doubts to us, and you're like, please do like and subscribe our channel. We've been saying this and we expect our subscribers to be more and more. This series and this knowledge should not be limited to one but should spread to all the law aspirants. Fine. Thank you students for today. Thank you.